Spencer Michaels begins our coverage of the Nigeria story.
Millions of Nigerians had a rare chance over the weekend to vote for a president, but the fairness of the election is now being questioned. Nearly 30 million ballots were cast in a vote that ended 15 years of military rule for the West African nation. Nigeria, with about twice the land area of California, was once a wealthy nation, one of the world's top oil producers. But for the last 15 years, corrupt military governments have been accused of siphoning off much of the wealth. Today, many of Nigeria's 110 million people live in poverty. Political repression in Nigeria has drawn international criticism, especially the 1995 hanging of poet and human rights crusader Ken Saro-Wiwa and several others. But last summer, Nigeria's military rulers agreed to an election. The winner is former military ruler General Olusegun Obasanjo. He served as president in the late 1970s and voluntarily relinquished power in 1979 to a civilian government, which was later overthrown by the military. Obasanjo was later imprisoned for 3 years for criticizing military rule and was released just 8 months ago. During a campaign that lasted only a week, Obasanjo promised that his government would serve as a bridge to a civilian administration.
Now, after the election, we will expect that the work of reviving the Nigerian society.
Obasanjo's opponent was former finance minister Falae, who called Obasanjo a soldier in civilian disguise. Falae has disputed the fairness of the vote and said he would fight it constitutionally, legally, and politically.
Well, I'm afraid there's been no election. What has happened is a farce, because the will of the people has been subverted by large-scale and massive rigging of the vote.
The balloting and counting was under scrutiny from international and American election observers, including former President Jimmy Carter. In a statement issued as he was leaving Abuja, Carter said there was a wide disparity between the number of voters observed at the polling stations and the final result that has been reported from several states. He went on to say, regrettably, it is not possible for us to make an accurate judgment about the outcome of the presidential election. But some observers said fraud would not affect the ultimate outcome, a 63% victory for Obasanjo.
Elizabeth Farnsworth in San Francisco takes the story from there.
And for more now.